It was almost midnight. A young man was walking toward his home, a bag clutched tightly in his hand. His pace was fast, nervous. There was fear written clearly across his face. As he neared the village well, sweat drenched his entire body. He whispered prayers under his breath, begging to pass safely, begging to disappear from that place as quickly as possible. He quickened his steps, but the moment he crossed the well, he heard it, the faint sound of anklets. His legs froze. Something brushed against his shoulder. Summoning every bit of courage, he turned around. A woman stood behind him, her face hidden beneath a veil. His face drained of color. Slowly, the woman raised her hand toward him, and in a single violent motion, she twisted his neck. His body collapsed lifelessly onto the ground. The next morning, villagers gathered near the well in shock. "This is the 5th death in 2 months," someone whispered. "We warned everyone not to pass this place at night. She doesn't spare humans or animals." "This is the curse of Satyastra," an elder said. "We must build her a shrine, offer food daily. No one must come here after sunset." It was believed that spirits like Satyastra dwelled near wells and rivers, worshipped as goddesses. The villagers built a small shrine near the well. There was no idol inside, only a place to offer food, hoping to calm the spirit's anger. But the deaths did not stop. One night, cloaked in black, a young woman arrived at the well. Her face was hidden beneath a dark shawl, a bundle clutched in her hand. No one dared approach the well after sunset anymore. She sat beside it, smeared turmeric and vermilion on the ground, cut her finger, and offered her blood. She lit an oil lamp. "Your revenge is complete," she whispered. "Be at peace now. Don't kill the villagers." 3 months earlier, at 2:30 a.m., the same woman had sat beside the well, performing a dark ritual. A rooster lay bound nearby. Blood filled a skull placed beside the fire pit. She chanted softly, "You must awaken. I won't leave tonight without you." She sacrificed the rooster. The air turned cold. A presence rose from the well. A veiled woman appeared before her. "Go," the spirit commanded. "Finish them. I want my revenge." That night, the spirit stopped outside a house. Knock, knock. "Who is it at this hour?" a man asked. He opened the door. The veil slipped from her face. Her skin was rotting. Her eyes were white and twisted. Before he could escape, she grabbed his neck and crushed it. She tore the flesh from his face as his screams echoed through the house. By morning, his family was shattered. 13 days later, his brother died the same way. 13 days after that, their mother was found dead, her face torn apart. No one was left to perform the final rites. Among the mourners stood the woman in black. Fear filled her eyes. "This wasn't supposed to happen," she whispered. "She was only meant to kill them." That night, she ran back to the well, but before she could begin the ritual, a man passed by on a bicycle. The anklets rang. The spirit appeared. She killed him instantly. The woman in black, Maya, trembled. "I must stop her, or everyone will die." The truth finally emerged. 4 months earlier, Maya's sister had been assaulted by her own brothers-in-law after her husband's death. Fleeing in terror, she jumped into the village well. They walked away. Maya had awakened her sister's spirit to take revenge, but the ritual had gone wrong. The spirit could no longer be controlled. That night, the spirit appeared before Maya herself. "You cannot kill your own sister," Maya begged. The spirit stepped closer. Death had erased all bonds. In one swift motion, she twisted Maya's neck. Silence followed. It is said the villagers abandoned the entire village in fear. But even today, the woman in the red veil wanders near that well, and anyone who crosses her path never returns.
They say every old building has one room that shouldn't exist. Room 314 was that room. I didn't believe in stuff like that, not until I moved into the apartment complex on East Hollow Street. It was cheap, too cheap for the city. 3 floors, cracked paint, flickering hallway lights, and a landlord who avoided eye contact like he was hiding something. "Third floor is usually quiet," he said while handing me the keys. "Usually?" I asked. He smiled. "People don't stay long." I laughed it off. That was my first mistake. The first week was normal. Too normal. No noise, no neighbors, no movement. But every night at exactly 3:14 a.m., I heard footsteps above my ceiling. Slow, heavy, dragging. The problem was I lived on the top floor. I asked the landlord about it. "There is no one above you," he said quickly. "No attic?" "No." That night I stayed awake. 3:13 a.m. Silence. 3:14 a.m. The footsteps started again. This time, I heard something else. Breathing, right above my bed. The next morning, I noticed something strange. The elevator panel showed 4 floors. Basement, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the building only had 3 floors. When I asked a neighbor, an old woman on the 2nd floor, her face turned pale. "There is no 4th floor," she whispered. "Then why does the elevator—" "Don't go looking," she cut me off. "It only notices you once you do." That night, the footsteps were closer, not above me, outside my door. I watched the handle slowly turn, then stop. Silence. When I opened the door, nothing was there. But the hallway light flickered, and for just 1 second, I saw wet footprints leading toward the emergency stairs. Upward. I followed them. The stairwell door at the 3rd floor had always been locked. That night, it was open. One more staircase existed above it. Concrete steps that looked newer than the rest of the building. At the top, a door, rusty metal. A plaque read 314, my apartment number. That made no sense. My hands shook as I pushed the door open. Inside was my apartment. Same layout, same furniture, but darker. The air smelled like rust and damp skin, and someone was sitting on my bed. It was me, but thinner, eyes sunken, skin stretched tight. It smiled. "You finally came," it said. I was getting tired of waiting. I tried to run. The door slammed shut. The thing stood up, joints cracking. "You took my place," it whispered. "This floor needs someone." I realized then, this building didn't kill people, it replaced them. The next thing I remember was waking up in my bed. Morning light, no footsteps, no breathing. Relief washed over me. Until I looked at the clock. 3:14 a.m. It wasn't morning. I hadn't woken up. I had switched places. They found my apartment empty 2 weeks later. No signs of struggle. Just one thing scratched into the bathroom mirror. Room filled. The landlord rented it out again. And every night at 3:14 a.m., someone new hears footsteps above their ceiling, waiting.